From the outside, it looked like Teyana Taylor had finally found peace. After her roller coaster of a marriage with Iman Shumpert, fans were just relieved to see her smiling again, this time beside British actor Aaron Pierre. At first, the internet praised him for being private, respectful, and clearly adoring Tayiana. He wasn't loud, he wasn't messy, and he didn't seem to crave the spotlight the way some of her past partners had. To her fans, he was a breath of fresh air, a quiet man who knew how to treat a queen. But underneath all the calm, something darker was quietly brewing. People often say the most dangerous storm is the one you never see coming. And that's exactly what Aaron turned out to be. At first, everything between Aaron and Tayiana looked picture perfect. Their chemistry was undeniable, and their appearances together had this calm, magnetic pull that made everyone believe love had finally healed her. She smiled more, laughed more, and started sharing little glimpses of joy on social media again. But behind those filters and captions, there were subtle shifts happening. Tiny moments that only the closest people around her began to notice. Aaron didn't raise his voice. He didn't argue. But he questioned. He planted seeds. A stylist, who worked closely with Tayiana, described it best. He made her feel like she was always almost doing something wrong, but never actually said it directly. Just a look. A pause. A sigh. It didn't take long before friends and insiders began whispering. They noticed that Tayiana started second-guessing her choices. Whether it was what she wore, how she performed, or even how she posted on Instagram, there was this creeping shadow of hesitation. And every time someone asked if she was okay, she'd just smile and change the subject. But the real twist came when Aaron's past began to catch up with him. Out of nowhere, one of his exes broke her. Silence online. At first, it was just vague captions. Beware the man who never yells, but always makes you feel wrong. Silence can be a weapon. People brushed it off as just another bitter ex trying to stir drama. Then, she dropped receipts. Voice notes, text messages, and old photos began circulating on private forums and then leaked to Twitter. In those messages, Aaron was not the calm, gentle man people thought he was. He was calculated, cold, emotionally draining. He didn't manipulate with anger. He used guilt. He used silence. He used confusion. And worst of all, he made every woman who cared about him feel like they were the ones losing it. This ex claimed that she had been watching Aaron and Tayana's relationship unfold for months, biting her tongue. But when she saw him holding Tayana's daughter in a now-deleted photo captioned, "My world," she snapped. She said, "He doesn't love her. He loves what she gives him. Clout, protection, access." And suddenly, fans started looking at Aaron very differently. People who once gushed over their red carpet looks began revisiting the footage. Rewatching his interviews, rereading Tayana's recent captions. There was a shift, a pattern. Subtle, yes, but chilling once you saw it. A tweet went viral comparing Aaron's behavior to classic emotional manipulation tactics. Thousands of women replied, saying they recognized the signs. It was around this time that rumors leaked about an uncomfortable scene at a private family gathering. Tayiana had taken her daughters to an intimate birthday party for one of her nieces. No cameras, no stylists, just family. Aaron showed up uninvited, according to one guest. And not only did he show up, he reportedly tried to take over. He told Tayana's mother how he planned to enroll the girls in a school near his new place. He referred to himself as a father figure. Tayana was stunned. They hadn't discussed that, at all. In fact, they had started taking a step back from each other, something Aaron clearly didn't accept. Witnesses said Tayiana looked frozen. Her eyes didn't blink for almost a minute. Then she calmly stood up, took her daughter by the hand, and left the party. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't cry. But she never looked back. The very next day, fans noticed Aaron was gone from her page. Every photo, every tag, even her Instagram story quotes changed. She posted, "Some people love the version of you they can control. The real you scares them." And that's when it all fell apart. And then the ripple became a wave. More of Aaron's. Exes began to speak up, some quietly, others with receipts. Screenshots surfaced, texts, late-night DMs. One woman posted, Once you leave him, you realize just how heavy your heart had gotten. Another simply commented under a viral post. We tried to warn her. The energy wasn't chaotic, it was haunting, a shared grief. A quiet chorus of women who had once believed in the same smile, the same softness, only to realize it was all an act. Meanwhile, Aaron stayed completely silent. No Instagram stories, no tweets, not even a no comment. That same silence he reportedly used as punishment in relationships, disappearing for days, giving emotional cold shoulders, was now playing out publicly. But this time, people were watching, and they weren't buying it. Sources close to Tayiana say she wasn't shattered by love lost. She was disturbed by how close she came to losing herself. Because Aaron never yelled, never disrespected her, outright. But he made her second-guess her instincts. He manipulated through charm, not chaos. And for someone like Tayiana, sharp, intuitive, deeply protective, that realization was devastating. She hadn't just trusted him. She had let him into her peace, into her family, into her healing. And he had played the part so well, it nearly worked. Industry insiders began connecting the dots. Suddenly, things that once looked like romance started feeling like strategy. One stylist noted how often Aaron just happened to be in the frame, arriving with her, standing behind her, matching her energy at every event. A journalist came forward saying Aaron's team had been aggressively pitching for high-profile appearances, front row seats at fashion weeks, couples spreads in lifestyle magazines, co-branded partnerships. Aaron wasn't just dating her, one insider said. He was building his brand with her image. But what truly broke people was remembering how hard Tayiana had defended him. Earlier that year, during a tense podcast interview, when a host suggested Aaron might be clout chasing, Tayiana shut it down instantly. Not every man is out here chasing fame, she said. Some of us deserve soft love too. She believed in him. She vouched for him. And now, in hindsight, that loyalty stung the most. Because she didn't just lose a relationship. She lost the illusion that this time, this man was different. But now, even the fans were starting to question everything. The carefully curated image of Aaron Pierre, mysterious, grounded, intentional, was beginning to unravel. And then, unexpectedly, Iman broke his silence. He didn't name names, he didn't need to. Just a photo, him holding his daughter's hand, walking in step with her. The caption read, "Never needed to be asked, always showed up." It was subtle, but it hit hard. The internet cracked open. The post went viral in minutes. Because at the heart of all this drama, betrayal, and noise, there were children. And that reminder of quiet, consistent fatherhood spoke louder than any shade. This wasn't just a story about Tayiana's heartbreak anymore. It was about trust, about protection, about a mother who had done everything right, kept her private, life guarded, built her family with care, and believed in second chances. And Aaron hadn't just violated her emotionally, he'd tried to embed himself into her most sacred space. Not through love, through strategy. As more stories surfaced, the carefully built image of Aaron began to disintegrate. What fans once praised as stoic and composed now felt cold and calculating. His refusal to engage in drama wasn't maturity, it was manipulation. His silence wasn't peace, it was power. A control tactic disguised as restraint. And the mask was slipping fast. Tayiana went quiet too. But her silence felt different. Not like someone hiding, but like someone done explaining. It was the silence of a woman who had seen every red flag, survived the emotional landmines, and emerged, with her self-respect intact. It wasn't fear, it wasn't guilt, it was clarity, strength, boundaries, and the world noticed. Her comment sections turned into safe spaces, flooded with red heart emojis, prayer hands, protection spells, and messages of solidarity. Fans didn't just sympathize, they stood with her. Celebrities reshared her old videos. Women in the industry, without naming names, began posting their own stories of emotional manipulation. Tayiana had struck a nerve, not by speaking, but by surviving. Because in a world where women are so often asked to shrink, to forgive, to fix the messes men leave behind, Teyana chose something radical, herself. And that choice, it echoed louder than any apology Aaron would never give. Aaron found himself increasingly isolated. Brand partnerships were quietly paused. Casting opportunities slipped into pending status. A few tried to defend him, brushing it all off as gossip or internet overreaction. But the mood had changed. People were paying attention now. And the women from his past? They weren't afraid anymore. They were speaking, clearly, calmly, and with a power that couldn't be ignored. This story became bigger than a breakup. It became a lesson. Abuse doesn't always look like violence. Sometimes it's soft-spoken. It comes wrapped in charm, in compliments, in calculated kindness. It sounds like love, but feels like doubt. It makes strong women second-guess themselves. Tayiana, known for her brilliance, creativity, and composure, nearly got pulled under by something invisible but insidious. But she saw it, eventually, and walked away. That, more than anything, is what made people rally behind her. She didn't just survive, she recognized the game, stepped out of it, and reclaimed her voice. One fan put it best: Tayiana didn't fall. She woke up. And as for Aaron, the silence he once used to control the narrative now exposes him. Because people have learned that being quiet doesn't always mean being respectful or composed. Sometimes it means you're hiding something. Something darker, something manipulative. And now, the silence he's weaponized for so long is echoing back at him, with judgment, accountability, and truth. In the end, this wasn't just a scandal. It was a reckoning. And the world is finally listening.